Hi Aries, welcome to your July 2018 tarot reading. It's Rena here. The deck I'm using for this reading is the Morgan Greer deck, which is my go-to deck. And don't you love the backs of these cards? They're really nice. Okay. This is a general focus. So, just saying this up front, if you'd like a personal reading, the link to my online store is below this video. And because I think these are fun just to see what comes up and see if anything rings true for you right now. I'm recording this right before July, so it's right around the time that the month begins. I always say general focus, and then I have these cards. It almost seems like a love relationship or something. Yep, it sure does. Sure does. Aries, sure seems like one. Okay, let me just put these to the side here. Okay, even when I got the first card, I had this feeling that this was kind of a love situation because of other cards that are in here. So the heart of the matter is the Ace of Swords. This is a card of like seeing the light. Isn't there a song? I've seen the light, I don't know. But it really is that sense of cutting through illusion. And that could indicate that somebody has maybe not been honest with you, or kind of stretched the truth a little bit, and maybe you even felt a little bit like it was a crazy-making situation, that the person kind of characterized you as being, you know, maybe you're imagining things, and when you're in that type of situation, it can feel very confusing, I think is the best way of putting it. But there's another possibility here, okay? This card is at the foundation. This is the Two of Cups. This could either be you reuniting with a partner, and we do have a Mercury retrograde at the end of July, and Mercury retrogrades can be a time of hearing from your ex or some other person from your past. And then we have this guy. And this guy, this could be your current partner, Knight of Pentacles. This could be a Taurus individual specifically. I always think of Capricorn, which I think if it's going to be an earth sign, Aries is probably going to go with the Capricorn. But the other earth sign is Virgo. And what I can see just in this type of a reading, there are two possibilities. Either somebody is telling you that they're working a lot and actually they are with their ex, or that you have heard from an ex, you're reuniting with someone, and this is because you have a workaholic partner. Somebody who is, or even, it doesn't even have to be a workaholic. Maybe he's, and I'm saying he because usually with the court cards we assign gender, but you know, don't have to, I guess, if it's a general reading like this. But he would be somebody who is, if it's in the reverse position, a challenge position, he may be like not working at all. Either he's too consumed with work and he doesn't give you enough attention, or not working at all and irresponsible, you're paying all the bills, yada yada, that kind of thing. So we have like some of these scenarios that are kind of swirling around. I'll let you think about how that would work out. Now, I will give you one professional possibility, that perhaps there's a situation at work where you may have really tried to impress your boss, you know, go the extra mile, and somebody that used to work for them has come back. Because this can be like when I say reuniting, it can be like kind of mending fences and things like that. Somebody who quit may come back, and then all of a sudden you're kicked to the curb. You're no longer, they don't have any kind of respect for what you have sacrificed and stuff like that. And that can feel like a kick in the teeth, okay? The higher message, the spiritual message, is the Four of Cups. Now, this is a very interesting one because typically, I always look at the stone-faced person, which is kind of a symbolic of indifference. That as the spiritual message, I would say that whatever is going on in your life that is represented by these cards, that there's a possibility that you were not happy in that situation. And so even if you can say that somebody did you wrong, the truth is that you weren't happy anyway. So even if, like, let's say you were married to somebody or you're living with somebody and they told you they were working late and it turned out they were cheating on you with their ex and they'd gotten back together with their ex and they're still with you, but they're lying about it. You can, tell all your friends, oh God, I can't believe it, this person did this terrible thing. But then if you're really honest with yourself, you say, yeah, well, actually, I guess I wasn't really into it either. And that's actually very helpful if you can see it that way, because then it helps you to move on in a quicker way. And also to know that it's a dance, both parties. And same thing with a work situation. You may have really tried to give your all in terms of the work that you did, but you may not have had your heart in it. But the other thing that I sometimes don't mention is look at the other thing that's going on here. You have the clouds offering a cup to the person who is stone-faced. So sometimes it can be said that the person has love in their life, but they fail to see it. So you may have a pattern where you always fall in love with a person who is kind of like rejecting you or always withholding their affection. And then when there's a person out there who really does express caring, that's the kind of person that you're not interested in. So that would kind of show a pattern of maybe not feeling deserving of love. I don't know, but something along those lines. So that's like the spiritual message. And then we talk about the practical situation. We have the Four of Wands. Your Wands being a fire sign. And this can be like about a new home. So you may be like even thinking of relocating. But this is, more of a state of being of the happy home. So you may be like seeing the light about something, but also realizing that one of the best things in life is peace and, having that sense of tranquility in your day-to-day life. And having a relationship that doesn't provide that is not an acceptable substitute. So this may be a time when you finally realize what you really have, the blessings that you really have, and you feel this sense of relief that you can finally have peace in your environment, perhaps. What is coming in is represented by the Five of Swords. And this is a card of, sometimes this can be a card of empty victory. So in the case of any kind of situation where you have been wronged at work, you may feel like it's unfair, but circumstances may show that if somebody has, thrown you under the bus for a former coworker, you may find out that it isn't going to last, perhaps, because people quit for a reason. And if they come back, it doesn't automatically guarantee that they're going to stay there. And same with you know, personal relationships. The best thing I think sometimes a person can do when they find out that their partner is cheating is to just completely let it go and say, well, I hope the two of you will be happy, and just like, don't even fight it. Just keep, you know, go your separate ways. Because in some cases, the other person, if they're a narcissist, in other words, if they're the kind of person who actually is using others because they're like an energy vampire, and they need that sense of supply, which they get from hurting people and creating competitive situations, they would love nothing more than for you to get in some drama with their ex and fight, you know, amongst yourselves, and they sit back and they have a big smile on their face. So don't give people like that the satisfaction of fighting. You know, the Five of Swords can be about slander, you know, people lying. Yeah, I like when they say lying on you, not lying about you. He lied on me. Yeah, lying about you. That's another trait of a narcissist. And why do people do that? They do that to create a negative reputation for you, so that they are the ones that look like the people in the right, and they can maintain control because they can isolate you from other people. If you're in that type of situation, understand that those people, if they want to believe negative things about you, then they will. If they know you personally and they are choosing to side with this other person, and they think that you're, you know, you deserve to be treated however you were treated, then they're obviously not with you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, I understand it's distressing, and this can go for coworkers. You may find out that coworkers have been also in cahoots with you, you know, against you, with this person, and you didn't even know it. You thought they were your best friends. So sometimes that comes out later on. Okay, it's telling me to change my battery pack, so let me make sure that It's funny because I thought I had a lot more juice than that.